Welcome back to Facts TV. Back with another reaction for that AZZ. Hope everybody's feeling wonderful, feeling great as always. What up, YouTube? Back with another video, YouTube. Oh, man, see? This is why you can't bring people into your relationship, man. Especially if you ain't your boy, your brother, your family, your mother, your father, your uncle, your sister, your cousin. Somebody from the sandbox. Somebody that you can trust. And you could and sometimes you can't even trust the people you think you can trust. But if you can trust them, then that's solid, man. I remember back when this happened. See, I watched the Breakfast Club back when it happened, and I remember DJ Envy was saying he was going through it with his wife, cheating, whatever. They was on the verge of breaking up or whatever, getting a divorce, and he had Tyrese on. He said, yeah, Tyrese saved my marriage. And he said, yeah, he spent hours and hours on the phone with my wife. They built their own relationship, and they had their own conversations, and they used to talk all hours of the night. And I was like, hold up, time out, red flag, red flag. And he was like, I didn't even know Tyrese. Tyrese is not my friend. I didn't grow up with him, But because of his persona or the things that he's done as a singer and as a person or a book writer or whatever, they felt like he had some type of influence. And he said, I reached out to him to say, and I was like, whoa, you reached out to a man that you don't even know, and now he built a relationship with your wife and they talking on the phone all the time. I was like, wow, that sounds kind of inappropriate for him to be talking on the phone with your wife for hours, late night, and all different times of the day. And I don't know if it was actually what times it was, but I'm just saying it just sounded like that from when he was talking about it. Like, yeah, he's on the phone with her all type of times, all type of hours. You know what I'm saying? And I was just like, whoa, something don't seem right there. And it sounds like I was about right because somebody crossed the line.
Jesus Christ, man.
So Tyrese was on the Breakfast Club last week, and he was talking about some of the things that he didn't like about the Breakfast Club, and he said that he was upset that we didn't check on him when he was going through his problems, because when I was going through my problems with my wife, when we were at our lowest, he was there to help. And I told him during that conversation, I didn't, because you said some things to my wife and myself that I thought was disrespectful. He said we didn't check up on him. We checked up on him numerous times. I guess after the interview, everything was good. He apologized. We left on a positive note. But I guess when he got back home, maybe he read the comments, maybe social media, whatever it was, he got into a fit. And one post, he started crying and said we don't respect his mental. And then yesterday, he did a whole long video and he called me a liar.
But for him to go on the airwaves and say, I wanted to box you in the mouth because you disrespected my wife. My wife blocked you, I blocked you, and I just unblocked you a month ago. That's a lie.
Wow. I don't know. That might be a pause, man. I want to box your mouth.
Bro, me and your wife were communicating August 11th, 2022. I got receipts. Did I disrespect your wife or did I not?
Being an NFL fan is the greatest. Unless your home team doesn't.
I'm so sick of people putting that in what you said, because you didn't say box them in your mouth. You said I want to box your mouth.
Right.
I want to box your mouth.
So to answer.
Leave it up to Charlemagne, zesty ass. But that box your mouth do sound kind of wild. Let's pause, man.
To Tyrese, yes, he was blocked. And the reason I know he was blocked is because he had Charlemagne and myself on a group text, and I never replied because I didn't see it. He did speak to my wife, and he wanted me and my wife to go on live, and he wanted to ish on his ex, Samantha. He wanted to ish on his wife. And I actually texted him, and I said, good morning. No, I'm passing on this. I prayed on it. Wasn't in the cards. Stay blessed. Have an amazing day. Right? Because I didn't want to be a part of him ishing on his wife. Right? So then he said I was lying and he never said anything disrespectful to my wife. Well, what he actually did was, when they were talking, he was one of those dudes, and we all know that guy that tries to plant those seeds. If you had a man like me, it wouldn't have went down like that. I would have never. And I never said anything. And I'm going to tell you why I never said anything. I never said anything because, yes, Tyrese was there and he did help save my marriage. And I was like, I just don't want to ish on that. So I just kept it quiet and I just stepped away from him, because it's difficult, because you have somebody that helped, but then you also have somebody that's trying to hurt. But me and my wife accepted the help side, and he opened us up to a place where, you know, we were able to fix our relationship and fix our marriage. And our marriage is even stronger now. Then I got a text, July 8th, 2022. You got the text? I just sent you the text, right? That's somebody that works for Tyrese. You see that text?
I'm looking at the text.
Now, I never mentioned anything to anybody that he flirted with my wife. What does that text say?
I'm not reading this.
It says, yo, DJ Envy blessings. Stay away from Tyrese, bro. He tried to destroy my marriage and career. He will do the same to y'all. Please, I'm open to talk to you. I'm not trying to gain anything from this. I'm just sick of the devil, and I refuse to know what I know and not tell good people what's up with that cat. Please stay away. He will try and get your wife. What's the date of that?
July 8th, 2022.
July 8th, 2022. So
it actually said, please stay away. He will try to get you and your wife.
Right. Shut up. But that just shows that's him as a person. Then the guy, he posts his picture and tells you his name, tell you who his wife is, tell you the people he knows. He says, I want you to be real because that's what Tyrese did. He did it to me, flirted with my wife, and he's doing it with you. He had no idea because I don't even know this gentleman.
I don't know why y'all just didn't have that conversation when he was just up here.
Because I didn't.
See, that's why when you agreed to play mediator and love maker and love matchmaker and reconciler, and I'm going to bring you got to stay neutral, bro. You can't put yourself in fucking first person and say, well, if it was me and I. That's the whole point that why we're coming to you. Because so you could be neutral. I guess that's why they went to somebody that they didn't know like that. Not a friend, nobody that could be biased. So maybe that's why they went to somebody that DJ Envy, a brother, a sister, a cousin. You know, I was being sarcastic, joking in the beginning of the video, from somebody for the sandbox. Maybe that's why. Let's pick somebody that seems intelligent, sounds like they know what they're talking about, and somebody that's not biased, but then he thought, damn, man, if you did that, Tyrese, and I guess I ain't gonna say if. I mean, they saying you did, man. I mean, damn, Tyrese. These are the signs of love making.
Didn't want to disrespect him. I was like, I'm just gonna tell him what it is and leave it at that. He apologized and he said it was the psych meds. Remember, it's the psych meds. Oh my God, I would never.
Tyrese said he was. If you don't know, he said he was on psych meds. He said the meds had him. The meds fucked his memory up. Whatever type of psych meds he is, he says the meds gave him what's that shit? Amnesia. He don't remember nothing that he said or did on the psych meds. Nothing. If he said it on the psych meds, he don't remember it.
Bull-ish.
Y'all lied to me. We sat here and had a whole hour and 30-minute conversation. And now you saying all of this stuff after the fact. Tyrese saying all of this stuff after the fact.
And you know what? You're absolutely right. Let's call my wife, please.
Oh, God.
Uh-oh.
Jesus Christ.
Am I on the radio?
Yes, you are. You're on the radio. Tyrese is calling me a liar. For people that don't know, I stopped talking to Tyrese, and there was a reason why I stopped talking to Tyrese. Not because only did I think he was a bozo and full of ish, but also because of the way that I felt he was talking and conducting business with my wife.
Trying to get at your wife. Yeah, I would have cursed his ass out, told him, yo, it's on site and stay away from me, nigga. Stay away from my wife. Don't text. If I see you, it might be on site, nigga.
So I'm going to step back, and I want Charlamagne to ask the questions because I don't want you to...
Don't ask me.
I want you to ask.
Charlamagne is not getting involved
I want you to ask.
In no way, shape, or form. This is... Good morning, Gia, by the way.
Well, you keep making your little slick, zesty comments, nigga. Now you don't want to get involved? But I understand he was just on the show. Y'all could have talked about all this shit. Why'd y'all leave this out while he was just here?
Okay.
Good morning.
This is a conversation between a husband and a wife, and why the husband stopped talking to somebody and why the wife stopped talking to somebody. So the husband and wife should have a conversation. I'm sitting back watching the Casey Crew live. Go.
Good question. So, babe, just for people that don't know, Tyrese helped save our relationship. When we were going through probably our lowest point and I cheated, Tyrese came in and really helped us and guided us through our relationship, correct?
Yes, he did. Absolutely.
And then
That's what's up, man. And that's where it should have stopped.
we got to a point where we stopped talking to Tyrese. I even blocked Tyrese, and I wanted to box his mouth, as I said the other day. And can you explain to the people why we stopped talking to Tyrese?
Well, we stopped talking to Tyrese on two different occasions. Once many, many years ago, when he did do that amazing thing for us. Um, he and I became friends, and we were very, very cool, and we spoke often. And a lot of times you'd be laying in the bed next to me while I was talking to him. And at first, everything
See, that's where I draw the line. All right, man, that's cool that we chose you to help us get our marriage back together, whatever. You did your job. Like, y'all allowed to be cool, but all that, I don't even know, man. Y'all ain't even, what y'all gotta be cool like that for? Y'all can be cool some high by, you know what I mean? Maybe get invited to some type of event every once in a while, something like that. You know what I'm saying? But as far as getting cool, how much more y'all got to talk about now? And then what you mean that I'm laying in the bed next to you while you talking to another man? I'm not okay with that. I would have had an issue with that.
was cool, but for me, it got
Cause I'm sorry, y'all, but see, when you start doing like that, you giving Tyrese now. I don't know this, but I'm just assuming. You know what I mean? Putting myself in his situation, maybe he's feeling like you giving him signs and shit. Like you giving me a lot of conversation. You talking to me while he laying next to your bed. So what type of hours are we talking? How much are we talking? You might have set them the wrong signals, man. Being too friendly. I mean, that sometimes it happens like that.
to a point where it became inappropriate and uncomfortable, where I felt as though lines were being crossed. And you felt as though lines were being crossed. And we both decided that we were going to take a step back. And, there was times where I felt like he was extremely demanding of my time and of my attention, where if I didn't give him my time and my attention, he would get very angry, get very upset, and let me know what his expectations were of me. And, you know, at that time, don't I didn't feel as though he was going through any mental issues. I didn't feel as though he was facing.
So did y'all confront him and tell him what he was doing wrong before y'all stepped back, or did y'all just step back? Because if y'all didn't let him know what the issues was before you step back, then he don't know nothing. To him, it's just like, damn, y'all just stop hollering at me, y'all just blocked me, y'all just moved out the way for whatever reason. Now he's left to assume what he want. But did y'all tell him like, yo, dude, you crossed the line, bye 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 bye. So I hope y'all did that. Hopefully y'all did.
Facing any mental challenges at that time. I know that he does go through things, and I know that he has been on medication, but at that time I felt as though he was very clear-minded and everything seemed cool. But when I started to feel uncomfortable and you started to feel uncomfortable, we took a step back.
Well, what lines were
And
crossed? Because people would be
then,
like, well, what lines did he cross?
I don't really feel comfortable being specific, because at the same time, I still do have a respect for him. I know that you still do have a respect for him. Um, I would feel more comfortable just being general and saying that, there was flirting and inappropriate compliments for a woman who's married.
Okay, I respect
Is
that.
that fair to say? Is
Yeah,
that fair to say?
I don't have respect for him though, but yeah, no, I get it, and you do it, and I appreciate that what he
So how
did.
did you see it,
No, I
Envy?
know, no,
Huh?
I know that I know that everything that's going on right now, and I know that he's being boisterous about it. I haven't been on Instagram in the last 2 weeks because we've been really busy, but you've told me some things, but I haven't really seen it firsthand, so it's not going to affect me, the same way it's affecting you because I haven't seen it. But what I can say is that very clear lines were crossed,
Nah,
and
nah, I get it.
there
So how did you see it, Envy?
There's certain things that you don't say to a man's wife. There's certain things that you don't say to a man's girlfriend. There's certain things that you don't say in a flirtatious way. And I told you what he said. You spoke to my wife yesterday, so you know what he said.
So that's why you wanted to block.
Even talking, in my opinion, even talking too much. Like y'all don't need to talk over a period of time on the phone, and especially certain hours a day should be off limits. If I'm laying in the bed next to you, this must be nighttime, bedtime. If we in the bed, then what we doing here? Just out of respect. I mean, especially if we working on it, we still living together. That's your friend. Y'all could talk in the morning. Y'all could talk tomorrow at a more appropriate time. Is it that important that y'all have to talk now in bed while I'm laying next to you? Yeah.
That's why you said I'll box your mouth.
Yeah, that's why I wanted to box his mouth. It's just certain things. You don't play with somebody's wife like that. And
Were you upset that he wasn't?
But you said it later, Envy, you wanted to box his mouth. Did you tell him that you wanted to do that when he disrespected you? Did you tell him in real time, yo, I want to see you, bro? Because it sounded like you didn't ever tell him, but you told him right there, like, yo, back then, man, I wanted to punch you in the mouth, but I wanted to box your mouth.
Flirting with you in any way, shape, or form?
A little bit. No, you see, you playing too much. But no, when it comes to it, I look at it like this. Tyrese did help save my marriage, and I have a respect for him for that. That's the reason why, instead of going at him, I just let it go. I just not spoke to him anymore until he starts going up. Now, I don't know if he has a record to sell. He's trying to push his record or whatever it may be. I just don't.
So you just stopped speaking to him? You didn't tell him why you were going to stop speaking to him before you did it? You're supposed to let him know, Envy, why you and your wife are falling back. You're supposed to let him know so he can know what he did wrong. And maybe he won't do it to the next motherfucker. I don't know,
like it. And the reason I don't like it is that man was up here. He was in our faces. We had a conversation. After the conversation, we let things go. And it's just always weird when people do that. They go home and now all of a sudden they do other things. We just had a conversation. We was just here for an hour and 30 minutes.
That was strange.
You know, but and I'm sorry to wake. I know you got to get the kids to school.
An hour and 30 minutes and y'all didn't talk about this?
I know two got to go to school right now, so I appreciate it. But I just don't like to be called a liar. And when somebody says, I got receipts, when I'm like, no, you spoke to my wife. Like
what receipts? What do you mean he said he has receipts? Because, I wouldn't want to, listen, I'm going to be honest. I don't want to be put in a position to divulge the things that were said. But if he's calling you a liar, it didn't have to go that far. If he's calling you a liar, then that's a step that might have to be taken, because by no stretch of the imagination are you a liar. By no stretch of the imagination are you exaggerating anything.
Okay.
It was very clear. It was very inappropriate, and your reaction was very appropriate.
Well, babe, I love you, and I know you got to get this kid to school, so I'll see you in a little bit.
All right, sweetie pie.
Peace, Gail.
All right, bye, Charlotte. And
I also want to say, when he said I didn't check on him, how many messages did I send you yesterday where I showed you that I checked on him numerous times?
I'm sick of y'all.
I'm just asking.
I'm be honest with you. I'm sick of you and Tyrese. And I think y'all are lovers.
You think so?
I do. This is what I think this is all about. I think
he's not my type.
I think his next album is about both his exes. Okay, you and his ex-wife.
He's not my type.
I think Beautiful Pain has something to do with you too.
He's not my type.
Right? Because both of y'all seem like y'all in pain.
Amy, what's your type?
Definitely his type.
He's tall, dark, and a liar.
He like short, dark, and bald head.
He's tall, dark, and a liar.
And you like
and a bozo. I don't do bozos, tall, and dark. I like short, dark, bald, honest,
truth teller. Okay.
I'm sick of both of y'all, man. So now I got
so
now I got to deal with a whole nother week of Tyrese. Now we're gonna get more Tyrese Instagram videos and everything else because of envy. But listen, here's the thing. You know what? I don't care. I do care, but I don't care enough to have this conversation. Like, it is what it is. Nobody cares about the truth, and the lie is more entertaining. So, y'all believe who y'all want to believe.
No,
I get it. Listen, you ain't got to tell me, but it don't matter. And I tell you this all the time.
What?
When people don't like you, they going to ride with anything that's against you. So the people who don't like Tyrese going to ride with you. The people who don't like you going to ride with Tyrese. So it don't even really matter at the end of the day.
You right.
That's really the truth. That's the reality of the situation.
Well, who you giving your donkey to since you talk about riding?
This guy, man. This guy. He's this guy, I don't know who I'm giving donkey to yet. Y'all got me confused, okay? I didn't even know we was about to do this just now. You know what I mean?
Wake that ass. Oh, my goodness, man. Shout out to the Breakfast Club, DJ Envy and his wife, man. Yeah, I gave my opinion about it. Y'all leave a comment. Let me know how y'all feel about it. Subscribe to the channel. My girl ain't forming a relationship with no another man and talking on the phone. I mean, it is what it is. But Tyrese, if you cross the line, man. You can't blame it on them psych meds, man. You don't remember nothing you said while you was on them psych meds. Never. You don't remember nothing. Them psych meds just gave you amnesia, brother. Oh man, you better try to sue them doctors or something, man. Peace, love, man.